Hi guys, it's Katie here again from Bella Creativa, and I believe this is part 3 of making my new mini album, my white Christmas mini album. So in most of the other videos I've talked sort of a lot at the beginning of the video about what I'm using to make this album, but I'm not going to do all of that at the beginning of this video because it gets really long and boring. But all I can say is go and check out some other videos. But I am using this printable kit. You can use it either with your Cricut, or you can cut it out and print it, or you can print it and cut it out by hand. And there's more details about that in the other videos. There are 42 pages. This is a little layout page that I refer to as I'm going along, so I can show you which pages I've cut out. In the description box I've listed all of the pages that I've cut out to make this album. It's just a suggestion, but you can actually make this album any way that you like, or you can follow along with me, up to you. This little layout booklet shows you every page that's in the kit and what's on each page, so you can easily refer to it. And this also comes as a part of the kit, so you can print your own out and refer to it as you're going along. So I think I'll leave it at that. And we'll just start making. So we have done a few pages, but I want to crack along and see how far we can get today. So we're up to here, which is page 6 of the album, and for page 6 of the album I've cut out this little package of goodies. So let's have a look what I have got for page 6. So I've got my little stained glass doors to start with, so they are on page 29, so I've cut those out. Before I cut them out, I printed one of the background pages on the back of it. I just did the really plain background, and then I've just inked around it as well, just to make the back look a little bit better. So that's page 29. And then I've got one of these little cute bottom pockets, and that is from page 24, so that's that one there. I'll cut that out. Then I've got this pocket here, which is a long skinny pocket. Let's see if we can find that one. That one's a bit later on, or maybe not. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, this pocket here is page 18. I've cut this pocket here out, and that's just plain on the back. And then I've got a flip, and the flip is page 34. It's the large flip, page 34. So that's what I've got for this page here. So as we've done in the other videos, I have already scored along that line there to turn that tab in. Oh, I also printed one of the background pages on the back of that. And I'm going to stick that to this side here, so I don't need this tab. So I'm going to cut that tab off. So I just do that with my ruler and my craft knife. So I'm just going to line that up along there and just cut this tab off. Yeah, I feel like I was doing far too much yapping at the beginning of the videos, and they were boring to start with, so let's just get into it. And maybe I should just do a video with all of the information at the beginning, put it at the beginning of the playlist so people can just refer to that. So on here, I think I'll work on it on here and then put it in my book, so let's just pop that to the side. I'm going to put these doors, these cute little doors, on the side here like this, right? So I just need to glue it on there, and so I've just already scored that little tab, and I just need to glue it on there like that. Pretty easy, let's do it. So I've got this glue here. Use any glue you like. This is art glitter glue. But I have to get it sent to me from the other side of the country, and I don't know if I'm going to do that again or just go back to using glue that's much more readily available to me. I mean, it's good glue, but it's just really annoying that I have to buy it, and then everything takes a week to get to Perth, and I'm impatient. So that's that one there. It's got this little tab here that you can see. I don't know if it bothers you that you can see that. I could cover it up. I've got some really cute little lace somewhere. See if I can find it. Got quite a pile of stuff. Oh, here. This lace here. I just bought this off Temu. It's really cute. It lays nice and flat. But I could just pop that there and it just covers that up straight away and looks sweet. So I'll probably do something like that there. If you didn't have lace and you didn't want to wait to purchase them, there's also the floral borders that come in the kit. Let's see, I've got quite a few cut out here because they're on lots of pages, and I'm just going to find them. Here we go, here's some. So I could just glue one of these floral borders down as well, and then just trim it where I need it trimmed, and that would also cover that up if you didn't like it. And if you just put glue right on the edge here and just popped it down, then it could also be a tuck spot, so you could tuck something in there if you wanted to. So that is also an option. So I'm not gonna worry about it for now, but I just wanted to tell you about the options. Okay, so then we're going to pop this one on here as well. So I'm going to close that one up so that I can sort of line this up with this one and press it down. How did we go with it on the back? Yeah, that's not bad. It's a little bit off, but no one will know. So cute, eh? Now, thoughts about keeping them closed. I thought I'd make little hand. I've got these brads that look like snowflakes. I've had them for quite a few years, and I was thinking I might use those flat little door handles. I had two of them sitting out, and now I can't find one of them. I just kind of slid everything off to the side, and who knows what I did with it. And I was going to use this. So let me see if I can find another one of these snowflakes just quickly. Here we go. Oh, big stretch. Okay, two. So I'm just thinking I'll put some little holes in here. So there's little door handles there, so I'm just going to see how far back I need so it doesn't hang over. So I think I need to put the hole on the side of the little door knobs there, like that. And then I need something to punch a hole with that. I've got this leather punch, or you could just use an awl or something like that. So I'm just going to punch a hole in here. And the same on the other side. And there. Might need to poke the holes and add a little bit. There we go. And then like that. So then, on one side, I was thinking, I'll just give that a little trim. I was thinking I might be able to poke a hole in this ribbon with my brad. Is that, oh yeah, easy, easy. All right. So I've just got a little bit of ribbon here. Well, I thought it was easy. There we go. Just put a little bit of, poked a hole in my ribbon with that brad, and then I think I probably need to put a drop of glue on there as well because it's fraying very quickly. Okay. And then I'm just going to poke it through this hole. Got glue all over my fingers. Whoop. the more careful I try to be, the worse it is. And then I'll just close this up, or open it out I should say, on the inside, like so, like that. I like it. And then on the other side I'm just going to stick it in and close it up, or open it out. I don't know what you should say for those brads. Okay, just trying to get it a bit nice and flat. And then I just thought I could just use this little bit of ribbon and just wrap it around the snowflake like so, to hold the doors closed. And of course, once they've been sitting in the album for a while, they will just sit nice and flat. So I might leave it a bit longer than I need it for now, in case I want to put something to dangle off there, but that's my plan for those doors. You could also use magnets or Velcro dots or anything or nothing, up to you. I just thought I might try that. Okay, so then I'm going to flip it over on the back, and on the back I'm going to put this little pocket here. So let's do that. I could take the lid off the glue. Drop the glue there and drop the glue there. Hold that over. Now there's printing on the back of here probably because I accidentally printed on the back, not because I needed to. I think I might have loaded the paper up in my printer the wrong way, and it sucked through one that I didn't, because it just needs a plain back anyway. Alright, I'm going to pop this one on the back here. Press that down. Oops. Press that down. Okay, so that's that one ready to go. Oops, just pulled that out. Just wrap it around twice like that. Okay, and then this is just going to be a pocket. So let's just fold those in, put some glue on there, and that is all we need to do in terms of constructing things for this page. Press that down. Okay, and then we can bring out our album, and I'm just going to take the side insert out of here, out of this page, so that I don't get glue all over it. And I'm going to put glue on this side of the tab and then slide it into my little pocket there, so that I don't have to worry about hiding this tab. So let's do that. Bit of glue there, and slide this under here and here. Line it up where we want it. Give it a press. Make sure it turns over. Cute. Don't you love how instant that is? I do. Alright, then I'm just going to make sure I haven't glued these two together with any excess glue. Perfect. I'm going to flip it over, and I was thinking about putting this pocket here, so then we can slide something in there as well. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, let's do that. We can put some nice inserts in there. Let's do that. Because there's actually a really big part of me that wants to use, let's not stick that in for a second. In the embellishments, there's these cool trucks. I love it. And I kind of just want to put that there and use that as a little tuck spot. Like so. But I might do a little bit of, I don't know, maybe I'll back it with something, or So I've changed my mind. I don't think I want to put this pocket here. So let me wipe that glue off, because maybe I'll use that pocket somewhere else. But what I'm going to do instead, and I won't do it now because I want to have a little think about it first, but I want to use this truck here as a pocket, as a tuck, because it's so adorable. So that one, that truck, you'll find there's one on page 40. There's a different one here as well, another truck. And this truck again must be somewhere else. Oh, here on page 25. So there's a few that you can use. I think that might be the only trucks, but I do love him. So, alright, so I'm just going to leave that page. That was a bit of a decision on the fly, and I'm going to put a truck or something there. Or the other option is to, I like it because it's got the sort of background that suits the truck. But there's also some really big toy soldiers that you could put there as a tuck spot. So many options. Alright, so I'm going to leave that. And we're going to rock on to the next page. So let's put that pocket to the side. And I'll pop that back in there. Okay. Late break and change. Okay, page 7. What we've got for page 7 is these two and this. Alright, so we've got some pockets here. We've got this pocket here, which is page 17, one of those. And then we've got one of page 15, which is this cut-out Christmas tree pocket with the tab on the left. But then we've also cut the same one out, but with the tab on the right, and that's on page 21. So this is what we've got for this one. Put that one to the side, and put this to the side. And we're going to start with our Christmas tree pockets. And what we're going to do is sandwich them together to make a pocket. One floating sort of pocket. So with this one with the tab on the left, I'm going to turn these two in at the bottom like so. And with this one here, I'm going to cut these two off and fold this one in, which I haven't done, but I have already scored it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to get my ruler and my craft knife and trim these two off here. So this one here and this one here. Alright. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be my one on top, and we are going to stick these tabs down onto this one. Actually, what I might do is, if I turn that tab to the outside so we can glue it down, and then we can just turn all of these in on this one and glue it on top. So let's do that. So I'm going to put a little blob here, a little blob here to hold those tabs down. Just find it easier when I want to line things up if I've already done that. And then with this tab to the back, we are going to put glue on all three of these tabs. And just line this up on top and pop it down like that, making sure that it's pretty lined up. Although, you know, if it's not perfect, don't stress. It's handmade, made with love. Okay, so I can just see a little bit of my tab poking out there, so we could just, you see that little tiny bit there? We could just get some scissors in there and give that a little trim off. These are the wrong scissors for the job. I really need smaller ones. Have I got some sitting nearby? I've got some tiny scissors. So I just want to, there's no easy way to do this. I just want to trim that off. And then, where's my, okay, we'll just clean that up like that. Perfect. So then we can glue this into place here. Oops, try not to do any damage to my doors. So I'm just put some glue along here and glue it down. Oh, I just did that to the door again. Maybe I should put a paper clip on there. I'm just going to line this up along here. Oh, I just saw glue go squish everywhere. Give it a press. Oh my goodness, I've done that again. Let's flip it open. And just line that up. And then I knocked over my glue. It's a comedy of errors today. Alright. And then open up and press that down along there. So then we have this sort of folding page here where we can take one of our, let's take one of these and we can put that in there, or we could make a little booklet up and put it in there, but there you go. So then we have another insert there that we can do. Alright, so then on the inside here, I'm just going to pop this pocket on here and it will cover up this tab and we'll have a pocket on this page. So let's just fold these tabs over and glue them down. And fold it over. Press it. Okay, then we can bring it back. And we can put some glue on here. And just pop this down on top of there. Covers up that tab, makes it nice and neat. And we have another little pocket to slide in and out of. Press. There we go. So then we've just done that page. I'll just take that out for now, but you get the idea. So you could put anything you want in there. It doesn't have to be, yeah, it can be anything. It's cute. And then we've got this pocket here. So that's another page done. Moving on. Doing well. We are up to page 8. Page 8. Alright, page 8. Not much going on with page 8. I wonder if I've missed something. I feel like I must have. So that's interesting. I'm sure I had intended to do more. Maybe my page 8 pieces have gone missing. Alright, well, never mind. We can put this in and talk about what else we could do. So here's my flip page. I put a little cross on here, so that means I want to cut that tab off. I must be missing something. Alright, so I'm just going to line this up along here. And trim that off. I really feel like my ruler just moved. Okay, get that off there. And then I will just ink. I've already inked three edges, but I hadn't inked this one because we had to cut that tab off. Okay. And so all I was going to do was Oh, well, this is going to be a pocket, so let's just fold that in and make it into a pocket. Fold it in and make it into a pocket. Okay, alright, so bring this back. I'm going to stick this on the page. I'm going to pop it, I'll take that little side insert out for now. I can glue it down the side like this. This is really strange. I really feel like I had more planned for this page. Never mind. Alright, so I'm going to put some glue on here. Obviously, I've printed a background page on the back of this one. I'm going to glue it onto the side like this. Press it down. Make sure it's well attached. There we go, I'm happy with that. And then I think all I was going to do was put a pocket in here. It might have been this way actually. Can't remember what this pocket looked like. Let's have, which way it goes up. I think it goes that way. I must have gone, oh no, here it is. Yes, so it goes that way, so I must be planning on putting it here. That seems like not very much. Okay, I'll pop this on here. Press it down. Okay, and that's it. Now let's talk about, obviously I haven't cut out a pocket to go on here or here, so let's talk about what pockets could go on there. Let me get those out of the way. The pockets that could go on here, what your options are. So this is the large flip. So what will fit on the large flip is any of the bottom pockets. So either of the pockets on page 24, either of the pockets on page 25, the corner pockets on page 26 will fit on there, and then you could also use a slot pocket that's on page 36. They will all fit on there. Otherwise you could use some of the ephemera again, like where I was talking about using the truck. So you could use any of those pockets on here if that's what you wanted to do. And I can't believe I don't have a pocket cut out. Thought I'd thought this through pretty well. Let's have a quick look and see if I've got a spare pocket. I don't have anything cut out. Oh yeah, I do. I've got one of these and I've got one of these. So that's the corner pocket from page 26. So I could put that corner pocket on there, and then I could flip over on the back and I could put this pocket on here. Do I want to do that? Why not? The snow globe is such a cute pocket. I just want to put it everywhere. Okay, so I've already folded this one in and it's ready to go. This one I have not scored, so I just need my little scoring tool. And I just use this little bit of foam here, which I use for stamping and things, you know. And then I'm just going to turn it around because that's how I work. I'm just going to line that up. And then I'm just going to carefully do this a few times. And the same here. Along here. Done. That's out the way. Flip it over. Press it down. Same on here. I could take a tiny little squiff of ink off here and just go run it along that line so I don't have a white edge. totally optional. Probably would never notice if I did have a white edge. And I've just folded that one in. This one's already folded in. I'll put a little bit of ink along there. Okay. Alright, so then we're going to, these are just ones that I had left over because there's more than one pocket on those pages, so I'll just put these in here. I could also use any of these pockets on inside my inserts or on my inserts. You know, you don't have to think of them just as going on the page and that's it. They can also go in inserts. And there's that one. And then flip it over and I'm going to pop that one on here. Bit of glue along there, and pop that one on here. I'm just going to turn it round. Sorry about that, but I can't quite see to line it up otherwise. There we go. Okay, let's see a little bit of glue there. I can still see a bit of glue there. Get that press. And there we go. There's another page. Alright, so that was page 8, I believe. So now we can move on to the next page, which is page 9. I don't know what to do with those. I'll put them behind me. Page 9. Oh, page 9. I'm just going to do a belly band, and that's that, because this little belly band's as cute as anything, and I love it. So the belly band is on page 18, and it's really good for these fancy edge pages because I just think that the little ribbon itself is so cute, and you can't really build much on this side of the page anyway. So just cutting out my belly band, I've just turned over the tabs and now I'm just going to stick it on, and that is one page done. Now of course you could put any of the flips on this side of the page and really build it up and do lots with it, and you know, that's completely up to you, but I think that this little, is it straight? I mean, sort of. I just love how cute this little bow is. And I have a nice little insert underneath it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's good and it's done. So that was page 9. I feel like I'm cheating because it's so easy. So yeah, I can just put a nice little insert in there. Alright, page 10, I'm going to take that side pocket out again, side insert out. Page 10, here we go. Okay, page 10, I have just cut out 2 pockets. So it's the same pocket and I've cut it out twice. So it's the bottom pocket on page 24, so I've cut out page 24 twice. So I must have used this pocket somewhere else twice in the album. But all I'm going to do is cut off these. So I've already turned that tab in on both of them. Again, I did print on the back for this because they're going to be little flips. So just in case you wanted to flip them over. But anyway, I'm going to cut off this tab off both edges, both sides there. So let's do that. Craft knife. 1, 2, and then this side. Oh, that was easy. And then this one. One, and this side. One, like that. Okay. I'll just put a little bit of ink on those sides because I haven't inked those, but I did ink around here. Let's do that. And here. I'm not sure that I need to, but I'll just do that one there where that tab is. The same one here. So I do try to avoid inking because it's boring, but sometimes you just need it. On these backs you definitely need it. On the fronts, don't need anything. Okay, so then all I'm going to do is use these as little clips, little sort of bumpers that come from the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to glue one on here and then one on the bottom here. And then thinking about having a piece of ribbon tied between the two, so maybe I'll put some little grommets on there. I did not get all my grommet pieces out, so let's see what I can find quickly. I've got this whole tray of grommets. Don't have anything. Maybe I'll use these gold ones. Don't know if there's two different sizes here. Just trying to work it out. They look about the same. And they've got these little rings that go on the back, but geez, I have a hard time with those. But we'll give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to decide where I need to put those. So I'm putting it on here upside down to make sure that I've got enough space. And then I've got both of them here, so then I'm just going to put a sort of a hole, an embossed mark there. So I need to put my hole, I need to make my hole bigger. Does it need to be the biggest? Maybe. Okay. I'm going to do them both together so they can both be crooked together. Alright, and then I'm just going to go like that. And then I've got my crocodile. So you don't have to do this. This is just an idea. I'm really bad at using this crocodile. It always gets stuck. I'm going to put that one in there. Then I'm going to try and put this ring thing on the back. And then, oh, I don't want to do this on camera. I always make such a mess of it. Okay, and then I'm going to squish it down. And, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I have made it a little wonky, but that's okay. At least it worked. So I'm going to put this one in here and put this one on the back. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go. Who cares? And then I'm going to squash it. And that was pretty successful. Okay, so let's glue them on. Oh no, look. I lost the back of that one. Never mind. It's on there. It's not coming off. Alright, so then I'm just going to glue one here and one here. And so it just needs some glue. There's not really a lot of room along there, so I don't really need to measure it to make sure it's perfect, because I'm just going to turn it sideways, because there's, you know, it only just fits on the page. There's really not a lot of space where we can go wildly out. I'll just press it down there. And then we're going to do the same here. Where did I put my... Did you see where I put my bone folder? Anybody? Bone folder, here it is. Okay, and then I'll do the same with this one. And I'm going to put that one down on there. Looks about the same as up the top. Press that down. Get rid of my glue. It's on my fingers. It's everywhere. I must use too much glue. Meh. Okay. So that's that. So then I was going to put some ribbon in there. So I've got some white seam binding. I think I might just use that. I also have some gold sort of chiffon-y stuff. Oh, that does look fancy. Let's have a look. White, gold. Do you think they're gold? Oh, I feel like gold might be the go. I was thinking about using gold as sort of an accent colour throughout. So, oh, okay. Well, I've already trimmed this bit off, so let's see if it fits. Let's feed it through here. I need to poke it through. There we go. And this end through here. Oh, it's made my nose itchy. Okay, and then just tie a cute little bow. Hopefully it's not too bulky. It'll get flattened anyway, won't it? Maybe I could get another little bow out of it. Oh, it's like a little Christmas present. I want it to go tighter. Oh, I could mess around with this forever, couldn't I? There we go, there we go. There. Something like that. Okay. Alright, I'm happy with that. That's cute. Okay, that's that page. 2 pieces. A little grommet and some ribbon, and it looks as cute as anything. Okay, next page. Okay, next page is page 10, and I'm going to do a waterfall on this page. I just remembered that I need another piece of cardstock to do that, so I'm just going to quickly nip off and get a bit of cardstock, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've got this piece of cardstock. It's just a scrap piece. It's got some writing on the back that I don't need, but we're not going to see that, so it doesn't matter. So let's have a start by looking at what pages we've got for page 11. So we've got a corner pocket, which is, I mean, I've shown you already, but let's do it again. Page 26. And then we've got, that other bottom pocket, which was page 24. And then I've got 8 waterfall pieces, and I've printed on the back of that before I printed them. So there's 8 here, and that's page 27. Now page 27, there's 2 of them, so I printed that page 4 times. But I printed on the back of it first, and then I printed on the front of it, and my Cricut cut it out for me. So I've got 8 of those, and then I've got 2 of the large flips. So that's page 34. I've got 2 of those here like this, and that's what we're using for this page. So let's put that to the side, and let's start by doing the waterfall. So I'm just going to, I've got glue stuck to my fingers, it's driving me crazy. What I want to do is cut this piece of cardstock the same width, or just a little tiny smidge narrower than my waterfall piece. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. I'm hoping this will be long enough. I wonder if I could do it that way. No, I think it's just a little bit too short. So I'm just going to measure it here like this. And then I can line that up on my board here. And I'm just going to trim it down this side of the line with my craft knife. This is quite a thick piece of card, so I'm probably going to have to do it a couple of times. There we go. So then I've done this waterfall situation a few times on camera, but we'll do it again. All I'm doing is turning this one over. I've actually already inked the back of all of these, and I'm just going to put some glue on that tab there and glue it down. Now I'm doing it sideways because that's just what works best for me. So I'm just going to line it up on my piece of cardstock across the top like that and press that down and then flip it over. And then I'm going to take the next one, fold that over, put the glue along here and press this one down, line it up nicely underneath, and then I'm just going to bring this one back and make sure they sort of line up. I mean, they're never perfect because it really depends on how your scoring is. My scoring is, you know, alright. I don't use a scoring board, so it's never going to be perfect. And I'm just going to carry on and do that for all of these. Okay, so I've just finished that. I've stuck them all down, and I've just got a tiny little bit of this cardstock left. So I'm just going to trim it off with my a little bit more. Just trim that little bit off there. I don't need that bit. Right, and that is that. All ready to go. Now, let's just pop that aside. I'm actually going to just put it under here to hold it flat, and let's look at these pieces. So this is going to come in from, I'm going to have this sitting here like that. So I don't need this, actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold both of those in, and then I'm going to glue it down to this one. And this one is going to go, hang on, I'm thinking but not very well. Alright, so this one's going to go like this. I'm going to fold that one in. Okay, so I had put a little mark on here to cut that one off, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to fold it in. Alright, so I'm going to, oops, I'm going to score it to fold it in. Like this. Put that to the side, and then we'll fold that one over. There we go. So then if this is going to be my top one, this is going to be my bottom one. Oh, I see. I'm going to keep this one. I'll fold it out that way. And I'm going to glue that one to the page, and I'm going to glue that one on top. So I actually need to cut that one off after all of that. The opposite one to what I thought. So let's just trim that off. So just trying to find where to cut it off. Hope I'm doing this right. Feels like I'm working on the fly a little bit here. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be our back one. Let's put a little bit of ink along there. Where's my little inky dauber thing? So much stuff sitting off to the side. Okay. And then I'm going to stick this one on here. But I'm going to put some glue on the bottom so that we can make it into a pocket as well. So we're going to do glue down here, and then a little tiny bit of glue along the bottom. And I'm going to join these together to make a pocket. So the reason why I'm using 2 is because the waterfall that we're going to put on top of here is quite heavy, and I thought that it needed a little bit of reinforcement. So by having these 2 together, oh, I've got glue everywhere today. By putting these 2 together, it just makes it a little bit more sturdy, and we may as well make it into a pocket. See, I've got glue on there. Alright, give that a press. Okay, and so now we have a pocket as well. And we're going to glue that bit onto our book. And I can see a little bit of white there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of ink there. Okay, alright, so we've done that. Alright, okay. So then we've got these 2 little pockets here, and we've got our waterfall we're going to put here. Alright, so I'll just be back in a minute because I've got an idea for what to do here. Alright, see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back, and I just went and got this little toy soldier. So he is, I think he's either on page 29 or page 40. I can't remember which one he is, but I don't think there's much difference in the size. So you'll probably have him stashed away from when we've cut out that page before. And then I've just used a tiny little piece of this scrap cardstock, and it's 1 inch wide, which is 2.5 centimeters, and it's 4 centimeters long. It's about 1.5 inches. Not very good inches, sorry. And I'm going to stick that to the bottom of his little feet here at the back. So I'll just, is it too wide? Let's have a quick look. Maybe. I might just take a little, I might even use my scissors if I can find them in the pile of rubble beside me. I might just make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't poke out on the side. Okay, and now let's have a look. That's better. Alright, so I'm just going to put, I want him to sit on here like that. And so we want to glue this bit here like this, pointing down so the fold is towards the bottom of his feet, like so. Okay, perfect, cute. Alright, so then on here we are going to glue this down, and I'm probably going to glue it towards the top so that he's got room to sit on like that. Alright, that seems pretty good. Okay, so on this back bit of cardstock here, I'm going to put some glue. And then I'm going to line it up. So this is on the front of that double-sided page that we did. I'll just turn it to the side again, sorry. And I'm going to line it up pretty much at the top. Give it a press. It's a little bit wonky. So press that down. Just going to go under each little flap and make sure that that's adhered. Like so. Like so. Like so. And like so. Okay, so then if we flip that over, I'm going to glue him, make sure that that's, I'm going to glue this little bit here just under there like that, so he sits like that. like that. Okay, so let's put some glue on here. This is optional, of course, you don't have to do this. I'm going to put him here, so his little feet are on the bottom, right up to the top like that. Make sure he's flat, and then give it a little press. So if you didn't want to use the soldier, you don't have to do this at all. You could just leave it. It'll sit flat eventually. Alright, so then I've got these little Velcro dots, which is super handy. These are by Velcro, and they are 3/8 of an inch or 0.9 centimeter wide, thin clear fasteners. So I like to put the fluffy side that's not so see-through on here. Oh, he doesn't go all the way back all that well. Alright. Actually, we want to put the clear dot. Let's have a little look. His little feet, I should have put it right flat on the bottom of his little feet, but that's okay. So, if I put this up at the top here, like so, and then, if you can see, that's that dot, and then I'm going to stick this one on top, like so. And then just press him down like that. Now, I might have to trim the little bit of white. You should make it flush with the bottom of his feet, because now that kind of bends over when I bring it back over like that. You see his little feet bend, which really wasn't what I had in mind. But you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to bend him over. Let's see. Alright, if I put a little bit of glue, little thinking on the fly here, if I put a little bit of glue under those little white spots and just glue them down like that, then I'm just going to get make sure that that sticks down instead of floating in the air. Okay. Alright, so now I'll just pop him on like that, and he's holding that down, and I can still do some decorating around here if I want to, some embellishing. Alright, so let's pop this away. I want to keep that in the packet so that they don't get separated from each other, and I'm going to glue this onto here. That's so cute, look at that. Yeah, and it's quite heavy, so it's good that we've put this here with the pocket in here as well. Now, because the pocket's in here, I think I want to stick it lower down so that when I put something in the pocket up here, it can poke out a little bit and it won't stick out of the album. So I'm going to put it lower, maybe about there. So just a little bit up from the bottom. Put some glue along here, and so just a little bit up from the bottom, like so. So then when I've got this insert in here, we've got room here for it to poke out the top. Alright, I'm going to press this down and just flip it open, press that down there. Like so. Okay, now, so we've got this little bit here, and it's got a little cross on it that I put there. So I'm just going to rub that out. Now, to cover that up, you could use one of the floral borders. That is not a floral border. We could use one of these floral borders along here. But I think I might use the lace because it sits super nice and flat, which I can't find at the moment. So anyway, I'll do that later because this video is going to get really long. But I am thinking about putting this pocket here on this page. So, or was I? Or was I going to put it here and then put that there? because that pocket, it's gonna go there and everything is gonna fall out. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Maybe no corner pocket, I'll just put a pocket on here. Or I might just put that one there. And we can have a big insert. Alright, so let's put that bit of lace in there. After all that fluffing around. So, you know, I'm still making decisions as I go. And you probably will too. So I've got this cute lace. I'm going to find some scissors. Actually, you know what? I can just pop this down on here, like so. And I can run the lace into there later. Let's just do that. Alright, so this is just that corner pocket. And I'm just going to pop it down right on here. Like so. So when I put the lace on, when I come back and put the lace on later, I'll just trim it off and just go down to there like that if I do it. Okay, but I'll sort that out later. Okay, and then I don't know if I want to put this pocket on here. I think I might just use a little tuck spot or something there. So I'll save that for something else. I've got saved myself 2 pockets now. Alright, so then the last page, and I think that one might be quite simple. Here we go. Page 12. I have got one each of those pockets. Oh, do you know what? Maybe I'll use these 2 and then they're the same pockets. Alright, I'm going to do that. So that is page 24, and I've obviously accumulated spares along the way, so I'm using 2 of the top ones. Okay, and then I've got the small flip here. So the small flip is on page 35, so I've cut that one out, and I have first printed on it on the back like so. Now I'm going to hang it off this corner here, this edge here like this, so I don't need this tab here, so let's trim that off. We're nearly done, so I'm just going to power on through this video, I think. Okay, just going to do this along here. Okay, and then we can just glue it on. So I think I'll do the same again. I'll glue it on into the inside of the pocket page. So I'll put some glue on here. And I'm just going to slide it in there. Oh, I'm trying. Okay. And that's probably pretty even. That'll do. So I'm just going to press that down. And I'm just going to make sure that I haven't glued the pocket together. And that's nice and easy. And then these 2, I'm just going to have a couple of little stacked pockets, one there and one there for little things. So let's just fold those in. I'll put a blob there and there and fold it in. And then the same with this one. Here and here. Fold it in. Okay, so then we're going to put, oh, there's my side insert. I'm going to put this one right down the bottom, as far down the bottom as I would like it to be. One there and one there. Okay, so this is going right down the bottom. Like so. And And then I think this one needs to go about here so that it's got a bit of room. So that one's going to go about there. Alright, so put a bit of glue here, and here, and here. And I'm just going to pop it on here like this. Oh, it's probably a bit higher than I meant it to be. Down, 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 down. Because I want to have room here. There we go. That's it. Now, I have not selected anything to go on here. It could be a corner pocket, or it could be the slot pocket that we used at the front. This one here. So it could be that slot pocket, or it could be one of those corner pockets, and we could put it on here. Or we could use a piece of ephemera for a tuck spot. Obviously, I haven't decided, so we'll just leave it at that for now. And let's just do the cover, the inside covers, and then we're done. So this is the inside back cover, and I've chosen to do the inside back cover and the inside front cover exactly the same. So I've got the reindeer pocket and then the floral pocket for both of them. Okay, so let's have a look. That means that for the inside cover, inside back cover, I've cut out this pocket here. So this is the reindeer pocket with the tab on the left, page 13, one of those. And then I've cut out the floral pocket from page 23 because that's got the tab on the right. Okay, so they go like that on there. So then I've done the opposite for the other cover, the inside cover, in terms of how I want it to open out. So for the inside cover, I've cut this guy, this reindeer, but I've cut him from page 19, so that's going on the inside front cover, and this one here is page 17. Okay, so they're the same pocket, but they're reversed. So let's put those in the inside front cover so we don't get those confused. And then I'm going to make this, I've printed on the back of this one, but not on the back of this one. So that one's going to be a pocket, and then this one's going to be a flip, so it flips open. So we don't need those tabs on there, so let's cut those off. Like so. Now I'm thinking I won't do the inside front cover on camera because I recognise that this video is getting very long. So I've just shown you which pieces I've cut out, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the inside cover. So on the inside cover, flat pocket here, this one, I'm also going to cut the top and bottom off, okay? And that's all you need to do. So then let's just ink around here and here. And then we're going to fold this guy up into a pocket. So these are nice spacious sort of big pockets in the front and back covers for anything that you can't fit in the album itself, but also, oops, I wanted to do it the other way. You know, sometimes when you haven't quite got time to put all your photos in, so you can always just throw them in the inside cover pockets and come back and sort them out later. Alright, so this one here I'm going to put on the inside here, and I'm sort of lining it up in the middle. So let's put some glue on here and pop that down. Trying to line it up. I'm sort of thinking about where this page finishes and the top and bottom of this page, to sort of line it up. Press that down. Oh, I can see a heap of glue come out of there. Okay, Okay, and then we're just going to take this one, fold it over, and we're just going to glue it down on here like so, lining it up like that along the inside cover. Okay, and that's it. That's it. So then all you need to do is repeat the exact same thing facing the opposite way on the inside cover. I don't want to bore you with that because we're doing it again. And then go to town having fun with embellishing and making some inserts. So, but otherwise the pages itself are done. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing as this. I'll put some lace or something there to cover that up, and I will think of somehow to maybe make that stick down, maybe a Velcro dot. So then on the inside cover it's going to go this way, so it opens out like that. Okay, so that's it. That is our album pages all done. So now I just have to do some inserts and do some embellishing, and it's done. That was easy and it took me no time. So thank you very much for sticking around for this section of making the album. You can pick up this printable kit that you can cut with both your Cricut and by hand from my Etsy store. All the links are below. Hope to see you in the next video, guys. Bye for now. Bye.